It's showtime.
Hello and welcome to Lyrical Lingo. We're your hosts, Tim
and LJ. Today and every week we will be discussing musicals, but specifically what they taught us.
Cue dance break, tap break. I think that's what we need at the end of our introduction to bring it into season 2.
Oh.
Like ba-da-da-da-ba-ba.
Oh, so maybe that and then, or like tap dance?
No, like do the hello. Did I do that?
Hello!
So LJ keeps saying, I do this funny, hello and welcome. I don't hear myself, but, oh, by the way, this isn't actually Tim today, by the way. It's the thingy teacher, what's his name?
The Latin teacher.
This is the Latin teacher taking over for Tim. 1 week only.
And coming in with fresh ideas.
Yeah. It is actually me. I wouldn't let a Latin teacher take my place in the podcast. If you didn't listen to last week's episode, you have no idea what we're referencing. Why did you not listen to last week's episode? No. Yeah, so I think we do the hello and welcome and then go ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba.
Ooh, that was very loud.
That'll hurt their ears, right?
Okay, so I'm still not getting it.
Oh my god, it's like Alpha all over again.
Do you mean that should just be at the end, like we do that bit every week, or we need like a pre-recorded tap thing that we slot in? I'm confused.
God, I'm nearly 40. I'm not doing a tap break at the end of every intro. Every week.
Why do you say you're nearly 40? It disturbs me.
It's truth. It's fact.
You're not nearly 40. Like, nearly 40 is in your 39th year. You're not in your 39th year.
You're delusional, love.
I'm in my 36th year.
You're just going, I can't be nearly 40.
No, but I'm not nearly 40.
No, but I am.
No, you're in your 37th year.
Am I not 30 yet?
No, you're only 37.
Right, okay. Right, okay. I'm a year early to be saying I'm nearly... Okay.
No, you're like 2 years early.
No, I think, you know, if you're 2 years away from it, you got to just...
No.
Wake up and smell the coffee. You're getting old.
I think you're stressing executive producer out.
Oh, really? Is that what it's... Sorry, Aaron, are you nearly 40?
No, he's not!
Sure am.
See, he gets it. You're not going, oh no, I'm not nearly. I've still 2 years to go.
Well, yeah, I'm alright. I'll start to panic closer to the time.
Yeah. It is what it is. Listen, age is age. I still like...
See, you two are born in the same year.
Excuse you. I'm told I look young. Like, people don't realise I am the age I am.
No, I think we're aging quite well.
Yeah, you don't look...
No. See, you two are born in the same year. You are just in a different school year. Because you're old for your year.
I was just young. A real lad there and fist pumped Aaron.
I know, it was a very lad
It was very laddy of me, wasn't it?
I know.
Do you know what I love? Like,
what?
We're rubbing off on Aaron because Aaron has now started to do what we do.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like when he's setting things up, he starts to sing.
I know.
And I love it. I don't know if you realise it. He
No.
was like today he was like setting up the camera going, let me just set up the tap pie. And I was like, oh my goodness, it's actually turned into us.
And he was like quoting musicals.
I know. Like, he does that all the time. Like, he does that more than me.
Accidentally.
Aye, sure. We love it. Welcome to the club.
No, see, there was secretly a musical lover deep down.
Always was
I just
there,
had to,
wasn't
like,
it? Yeah.
get
We'll
it.
take a podcast to, like...
Get it out.
Yeah. Let me just set up the camera. Okay, Aaron. I felt like I needed to sing back to him as well. I was like...
Maybe that's what he was hoping for.
Yeah, well, duet next week.
Yeah.
He's now raging.
It's like, I must not sing.
I hope you continue. I'll be very disappointed if it stops now, and I'll feel bad that we even mentioned it.
Oh, no.
Okay, shall we start the episode?
Listen, as long as I'm Fred and you're Ginger, I'm alright.
Hey! We can deal with
African sunset, he's not ginger.
He was talking about the dancer. Fred and Ginger.
No, I know, but you don't like being referred to as Ginger, so
Well,
that's why I was...
I think you're being a wee bit unfair there.
Okay.
I am African Sunset, though.
Yeah.
I also need it cut. It's doing my hair in.
Oh.
It's the beard more than the hair that annoy me. When I can't get to the barber on time, it does my hair in. I'm a scruffy beard. I hate it.
Does the barber do your beard?
Absolutely.
Do you not do it yourself?
If I did my beard,
What?
I wouldn't have a beard because I would mess it up and then just have to take the whole thing off. Do you do your own beard?
Aye.
You're very good.
Every once in a while, I mess it up and take it off.
You go to a barber for your beard?
Well, it comes as a package. It's like haircut and beard in
Backside
one.
crack thing?
No, I have no idea how you went from a trim and a beard trim to back sack and crack. Like, I have no idea what you were thinking. Do you get it, Aaron? Do you see the link there? I
Do they
am...
like a package thing?
No, Lauren.
Let's move away from packages here.
They're going nowhere near my package, that's for sure. No, when I go to get my hair cut, it's just the top of my head and my beard, my face, yes.
Oh.
They don't go anywhere there.
See, Aaron
down
doesn't
there.
go and get his hair done.
Oh,
so.
you need to put it right. Okay.
Go get his hair done.
He doesn't get his hair done. He does his own beard.
Yeah, so that's why I wasn't aware of
and you do
this.
his back sack and crack then. That's how it works.
So I wasn't aware of this package deal.
Aaron's saying nothing. He's just like done this, zipped his lips. Anyway, can we move on?
Yeah.
Like how did we get?
Because it's
this?
you.
No.
No.
Aaron, was that me this week?
Absolutely not.
Thank you.
No, but you
Don't you try and throw me under the bus?
I don't throw you under the bus. I just mean, how did we get there? Well, it was you because you started talking about a package deal.
So you immediately go to back sack and crack like
That's the only thing for men that I can think of.
You get package deals on holidays now.
All right, okay.
You get package deals in like bargain shops. You get package deals in furniture. Like, I mean, we don't have. Yeah.
Okay, well, I just was still thinking along that beauty route.
I know, fair and beautiful.
But you know, like,
we'll move on.
oh dearie me,
Help.
7 minutes in.
And we're on the back sack and crack. We doing well. Okay. Shall we move to? I have lost my train of thought completely.
Why were you going to lead into? No, there's no way you can.
I think I was going to lead into exciting musical theatre news.
Oh,
I don't
like
think
what?
we can come back from that. Well, it's quite exciting. At the moment, there's lots of new musicals. They all seem to be revolving around, like, 90s films.
Yes, so that was on the musical night.
True that.
We spoke about last week. And there was Cruel Intentions. So there's loads and loads and loads of source material
And I
that they're
love
then,
that film.
like the films and they're adapting. So Mrs. Doubtfire already was on Broadway. It's on West End. Cruel Intentions. But what I didn't realise with Cruel Intentions, it's pretty much a jukebox musical, isn't it?
Yes, no, it is using the music from the film.
Yes. Yeah. So the
and I think
soundtrack.
they've maybe added to it a wee bit. So there's that you can go and see in London. There is also Burlesque.
Yes, they're workshopping it at the moment.
Yes, and did you see some of the footage?
Yeah,
it looks like it could be really good.
Mm-hmm.
So there's those two, and then there's loads of really exciting things coming. Like there is an Addams Family concert.
Yeah.
This also seems to be a new thing of concert versions of musicals.
Yeah.
Which is maybe on for a couple of nights or a week or something. Like, that never used to be a thing, did it?
No.
And I noticed, like, certainly last year, there was quite a few concerts, and then maybe into 2022, there was maybe one or two. But it now seems to become a bit of a norm, doesn't it? So there's a new Addams Family concert starring Ramin Karimlo and Michelle Visage. as Gomez and Morticia Adams. And I think it's going to be in the London Palladium the 12th and the 13th of February. So that's quite soon if you're about for that. I think that could be quite special, really.
I think so. I think something might come from that.
You reckon?
Yeah.
You think they'll maybe do a resident?
I've seen a couple of things which have put on a concert, and then maybe a year or two later there has been a production from it, like Treason. There was just a concert. That really intrigues me. Epic as well. Wasn't there just like a concert of Epic? Or maybe I've got that wrong. That's that new like mythology one.
See, mythology. It's not on my radar.
I must send you the link for the music of that. It's great.
Cruel Intentions is in the other palace, and it's only a 14-week run.
Oh.
So it's running from the 11th of January to the 14th of April.
Oh,
So
I loved Cruel Intentions.
I loved that film too.
Yeah. So that will be good.
Yeah, and then there's lots of UK tours that have been announced or are coming.
Like Juliet.
And Juliet is coming. Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
There's a new tour that will maybe bring you more information on over the coming weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, 101 Dalmatians is another.
Is that like just out of the blue, or has that been around for a bit?
It was one of the shows that was part of Regent Park Open Air program.
Okay.
I don't think last year, maybe the year before. And they're now bringing it out on tour.
Okay.
It was summer of 2022 actually.
Oh, okay.
It was
Right.
It was part of their summer season. So yeah, it and I think it's done with puppetry. The dogs are all puppets and stuff. So yeah, loads to look forward to. Obviously, The Devil Wears Prada.
Yes.
The musical is going to be going into the Dominion Theatre from October this year. So there's
Yeah.
It's definitely back, isn't it? Theatre is 1000%.
Yeah. I think what's definitely evident is that they're going with things that people know.
Yeah.
And if there's a natural, not progression, but if there's a way that they can make it a musical, that seems to be moving forward with like full speed compared to maybe a brand new musical. Do you don't think so?
Yeah, I think we have to be careful though, don't we? That the market isn't saturated with musicals like that. I think it is important that there is still new musicals appearing. But I think there is. Like, I mean, there's the Rehab musical that's brand new. There's
Standing on the Sky's Edge.
Standing on the Sky's Edge, and
Mincemeat Operation.
Mincemeat Operation, and the one that follows Henry Fraser's life story. It'll Come to Me. Is it Big Little Things?
Oh yeah.
Big Little Thing. You know, they're all brand new.
Oh, Big Little Things, the rugby player.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Yes, that is one that I have seen a lot of, like promo shots and stuff out, or they've been on like this morning, loads of different things, and it does look really great. Yeah.
So there's lots out there, but I thought we'd just bring some of that to our listeners.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
it's good. It's good to kind of know what's about there, and also check your local listings. Like, there's always tours, but there's also loads of local productions that people are doing. It's always important to support them too.
Absolutely. On to
This week's musical, which is one of my faves. Oh, is it?
Oh my goodness! Yes,
Like,
I love it.
The film or the stage version?
But you know, it's interesting because, believe it or not, somebody who loves his musicals and is on a musical theatre podcast, I maybe have hidden my feeling towards movie musicals quite well, in that I'm not a massive fan of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, the older movie musicals. Did you get that from me? Yeah. Was I really obvious?
No.
Or you just know me really well?
I think you just prefer
live. I just prefer live. But actually, this movie musical I can deal with and I can cope with. Obviously, I prefer seeing it live, but I have enjoyed the film many a time.
So it's not one that you're like, oh, I'm not going to. I've seen it. I'm not watch it. Like if it's on, you would definitely.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'd watch it. Yeah, I would probably watch the whole thing rather than maybe out of politeness watching half an hour and then going, right, that's enough.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, seeing as it's like one of your faves, do you want
Yeah.
to say what it is?
Singing in the rain, I'm singing in the rain.
Yeah.
What a glorious feeling to be on this podcast. I'm sounding like Aaron again. Singing.
Yeah, Singing in the Rain.
Yeah, it's fab.
And
Fabulous.
like you mentioned, how has it taken us so long to even mention Singing in the Rain?
Uh-huh.
I don't think we've even... Oh, we'll come back to that type thing. I think it was just one of those ones we totally forgot about.
Have we not referenced it? I'm sure
not
we've
sure.
referenced
Maybe
it
we
once or twice, but probably not nearly as much as it deserves.
No, definitely
It's
not.
just kind of there on the shelf as a golden gem, I suppose. And we've decided to lift it off the shelf and actually delve into it a bit deeper.
Yeah.
Do you like?
I mean, I certainly don't have the same love for it as you do.
Yeah.
I like the film. I would have watched it a lot growing up. It was one of my mum's favourites.
Good taste, you say, your mum had?
But yeah, I think maybe I need to like give it a more of a thought. I think it's one of those ones that has just always been there, and I just kind of like, oh yeah, Singing in the Rain. But maybe I haven't ever looked at it. Like doing this was really interesting actually, because I was like, oh, okay, I learned something new. It doesn't really excite me. It's an odd one.
I think there's obviously moments of the movie musical that are iconic.
Yes.
And I sometimes think that word is thrown about a wee bit loosey-goosey. Do you know what I mean? But I do think the likes of the Singing in the Rain number where Gene Kelly dances in the rain is iconic. I do think Good Morning, where the three of them tap dance the dream and like jump over the sofa. I think those are iconic movie musical moments, whereas I think maybe some others that are given the same kind of title, I'm like, really though? Because what is special about them? Like, what is it about them that is iconic? But I mean, it's all opinion, isn't it? I like it as a musical, so I will obviously say that those two moments deserve, the title they've been given.
I agree with you, and I think that the trio, I think whenever you watch the film, you do see that they work really well together, whether that was true off camera or what. And
that's
it is
a trio of Gene Kelly, Debbie Reynolds, and Donald O'Connor.
That's it.
Yeah. Mighty Three.
But yeah, it's an interesting music. Funny, I compare it, and I shouldn't, because I think this is where I always get confused with 42nd Street. I always think 42nd Street is a 1930s, 1960s musical, but it's only the 80s. Mm-hmm. So I would put, and I love 42nd Street, obviously we spoke about that before, but I put 42nd Street and Singing in the Rain together. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
I think they're a similar story. It's a show within a show. I know it's not a show, but it's a film.
Film, yeah.
But I think it has similar sort of...
The makeup of it is similar. I see where you're getting that from.
So
even characters or, like synopsis is...
I think there's similarities in it, and I think if I had to choose between the two, I would choose 42nd Street. So that's probably why I'm more... It's for Lauren.
The stage musical with the story by Betty Comden and Adolph Green.
Yeah.
Lyrics by Arthur Freed and music by Nasio Herb Brown.
Yeah, Nasio Herb Brown.
Yeah,
great
name.
I know, isn't it fab? So Betty Green and Adolph Green and Betty Camden, they were a famous duo writers and producers, and for MGM, and they did On the Town and Bandwagon. So stuff that you would have known and would have been around this time. Yeah. They were heavily involved in, and then Arthur Freed, he was the producer of American in Paris, Gigi.
Yes.
Meet Me in St. Louis. Worked an awful lot with Vincent Minnelli.
Yeah, okay.
So he did. However, I'm just going to say it because there's a whole load of controversy around him, is that according to Shirley Temple, he had a very famous casting couch.
Like, yeah, this is the problem, isn't it, of that time and that time in the industry. So even more up to date, like, you know, there's stuff that still comes out about how things were operated in the movies, as they say, which just isn't okay.
No, and apparently that's why she was fired from MGM. Yeah, because she was only a child, obviously.
Yeah,
but anyway,
there's been enough, you know. Just look at Judy Garland alone and how she was treated by, you know, the movie industry. Yeah. You know, it's people in power abusing that power, isn't it? That power imbalance.
That's it.
It was adapted from This is the Musical, obviously, because it's a podcast about musicals. It was adapted from the 1952 movie of the same name, starring Gene Kelly, Debbie Reynolds. Hi, Debbie Reynolds and Donald O'Connor, as we've said. It was set. The storyline is set in Hollywood in the waning days of the silent screen era, and it focuses on romantic lead Dom Lockwood and his sidekick Cosmo Brown.
What a great name, Cosmo.
Cosmo Brown.
And I think I always forget.
Art.
I always just refer to him as Cosmo because I think that's such a wonderful name. But anyway, I think he suits that.
It's a great name. I love Cosmo. Also follows the aspiring actress Kathy Selden and Lockwood's leading lady Lena Lamont, whose less than dulcet vocal tones make her an unlikely candidate for stardom in the talking pictures. The show had its world premiere in 1983 at the London Palladium.
It did, yeah.
Where it ran for more than 2 years. And famous Tommy Steele, he starred in it as Don Lockwood and also co-directed the production. I don't know how I feel about people co-directing and then casting themselves in the lead.
Oh, here, actors do that all the time.
I know, but it's a wee bit egotistical, isn't it?
No.
But then anyway, after Tommy Steele had his go, 2 years later, it enjoyed a respected run in Broadway. And in 2000, the National Theatre production staged at the Olivier Theatre there. It was a transfer of the West Yorkshire production, which was most notable at the time for Stephen Mears' new choreography. And we talked about him when we did our Mary Poppins episode. And he is absolutely stunning, and some critics say that kind of kick-started his choreographing career.
Okay.
Yeah, and it won a Olivier for Best Musical Revival.
Yeah.
Then the first experience I had of it on stage was the 2004 Sadler Wells production, where Adam Cooper, who was best known for his dance career, notably playing the male swan in Matthew Bourne's Swan Lake, the all-male production. He choreographed and played the main role of Don Lockwood, and his choreography was nominated for a Critics' Circle National Dance Award.
Oh, wow.
Then 2011, Chichester Festival had a go, and it then transferred into the West End in 2012. I saw this one.
Did you?
As well, yeah. And Adam Cooper reprised his role as Dawn, and Scarlett Strallen played Kathy Selden, one of the Strallen sisters.
Okay.
Her name's gone out of my head. Nieces.
Bonnie Langford.
Bonnie Langford's niece, one of Bonnie Langford's nieces. Her sister played Mary Poppins. The Strallen dynasty continues.
It does.
Yes, there you go. There's a wee bit of background.
Quite a lot of productions of it.
Yeah, I mean, why not revive it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
But I think as well, it's one that unless a lot of people just think it was a movie musical. You know, not a huge amount know that actually they did make it into a stage musical as well. And I wonder why they didn't do it sooner.
Yeah, I don't know. I suppose I don't know. It might have been maybe the film industry were holding on to it, guarding it before releasing it.
Yeah.
Apparently, the film was cobbled together quite quickly.
Yes, it was said to have been a vanity project by Freed.
Really?
Yeah, so he had some clout, he had some sort of say in MGM, and he liked the idea of all of these different songs that he had been involved in that had maybe been in a few other films, and he's seen the success of American in Paris and thought, I could do that too.
Yeah.
Though it didn't have the same love for it as American in Paris did.
Well, that's it. Yeah, so he kind of was relying on the massive success of Gene Kelly's musical American in Paris to kind of push Singing in the Rain through. And it was also argued that the film's turnaround in popularity was down to Gene Kelly. He was the right man in the right place, I think, at the time.
Yeah.
To be honest, by the time Kelly came to films in 1942, audiences were looking for that likeable guy.
Yes.
With whom that they could relate, someone who was one of them. And I think it was the persona that Kelly created in Don Lockwood.
Yeah,
he took that and he went, right, let's put this into this role of Don. I think he has a huge part to play in the fact we're talking about Singing in the Rain.
Absolutely. I think he himself in that role is iconic.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. His athleticism alone.
Wow.
And the insistence on finding the reality of in that common man, in his dance performances, I think really broke the mould at that time. And it made him one of Hollywood's greats, didn't it?
Yeah. Oh, and he is, and he was so talented.
Yeah.
I think it was just difficult to work for because he was a bit of a perfectionist.
Yeah, I think he knew he was good, and I think he knew he had a following, so I think it maybe went his head a wee bit, and then he kind of thought he could throw his weight around a wee bit.
It's true.
Yeah. Fair. He's not the only star, though. I think Demi, why am I saying Demi? Debbie Reynolds, also, like, the film's female star, American actress Debbie Reynolds, was a fresh-faced 19-year-old.
I know, she was only 19.
And she had no formal dance training going into that musical, that show, that film. And anybody who hasn't seen it, like, it's a huge part of her, her role. And that Good Morning scene where the three of them, like, tap dance like maniacs is insane. There are claims that it was just expected that she would be able to keep up with Gene Kelly.
I know.
And and the Hollywood dancer, singer, and actor Donald O'Connor, he was also a fantastic dancer. So, in order to keep up to speed, she went through a period of intensive training with the legend Fred Astaire.
Yeah.
And I think that's amazing that he was her teacher.
Yeah, and he also was the one that encouraged her just to keep going, you know, because I think she was having it hard on the set, and maybe not feeling that she was up to scratch or whatever, and he really gave her that courage and give her the strength that she knew that she actually, I'm going to be okay doing this. So
I mean, the schedule was punishing, but the execution of the choreography in the end, like, appears effortless. And
I think as well, you've got to look at Debbie Reynolds in that scene, Good Morning in particular. Like, those men are much taller than she is, and she doesn't miss a beat. She jumps at the same height as they do. She goes up the stairs 2 at a time so that she's
with them.
She's also dancing in heels. Now, I know a lot of the time that was filmed and then they, tapped over the top. They put the sound over the top. But
do you know how long it took to film that sequence?
Was there 10 sequences done? No, was there more?
No, the dance routine for Good Morning took a grueling 14 hours. And after which Debbie Reynolds' feet were bleeding and she had to be carried from the set.
And I think they just went with the first take.
After all of that,
After
oh my
all
goodness.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
I read that.
Well,
they went-
surely the more they did it, the more exhausted they got.
Yeah. So.
But like,
Yeah, she did well for not being
did,
and that's why Sid Charisse was brought in. So there's this dream sequence,
Yeah.
and that's one thing that I really remember about Singing in the Rain. My mum despised Sid Charisse
oh right,
for some
any reason? No,
No,
just
I think she just annoyed her.
Right, okay.
She just annoyed her. So there's this dream sequence, and Sid Charisse was brought in only because Debbie was so like green and dancing, she wouldn't have been able to do that part.
Yeah.
So she's just brought in to do the number, and there's a lot of high kicks,
Yeah.
and there's but I don't know if you know that there's like a cut in one of the bits. She's like wrapped herself around Jean, and then you see the film sort of jumps a little bit.
Oh, really?
And I think that whatever move it was just a wee bit too risky to be shown at that time.
Oh wow!
So they cut it in the final production.
My goodness.
If you look really, really carefully, you can see. And she's also in American in Paris, isn't she?
Yeah.
But I think she was pregnant and she should have got the role, but she didn't. But because Debbie then couldn't dance, she was able to come in for the dream sequence.
To do the dream sequence.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, shall we delve into our musical lyrical lingos then?
Yes, I think we should.
I have a funny feeling this is going to be an episode where I break into song,
Like
aka executive producer stuff.
Okay, do you want to go first?
Fit as a fiddle,
Yeah,
ready
that
for
was me too.
love. Yeah, love that song. That phrase, fit as a fiddle, I was like, what? So fit as a fiddle means very good health, to be in very good health. And then when I was researching, right, the number of phrases that there are out there that mean in good health is mental.
Really?
Fighting fit, honky-dory,
Yeah.
I'm honky-dory.
Yeah.
In the pink, didn't understand that one now. I'm in the pink, promise you. It's on the same list as the rest of them, alright?
In the pink?
In good shape, that's a bit boring. In fine, fatale.
Okay.
In rude health.
In rude health?
Yeah.
Means good health.
Yeah.
Oh.
And hale and hearty.
Oh, when you heard it, yeah.
So there you go.
Good and hearty. Well,
Fit as a fiddle.
I wanted to know why we say it. Like, why fit as a fiddle? Why say that as an expression? And it's
Why do we?
We say it because of the violin's beautiful shape and the fact that it produces a very specific sound.
Aye, but if you hear a beginner playing the fiddle, it's not a healthy sound.
But
It
yes.
sounds atrocious.
Yeah, but I think it's because, well, I don't know, I'm not very musical, but apparently for those that are musical, if somebody's playing the violin amongst other string instruments, you can pick out a violin because of the very particular sound. So
Yeah, well,
you have a very particular health.
It's a strong sound, like it. You can hear it, but like not some of the violin players I hear in school. Anyway, we'll move on to one of my favourite musical theatre songs ever. Make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh.
Oh my gosh.
Don't you know everyone wants to laugh?
I learned so much.
I know.
So much from that one song.
It's one of those like songs. It's a bit of rattle paddle, isn't it? So like it fits loads in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's endless
Yeah.
in its execution.
So then
and
Cosmo sings it.
yeah, Cosmo.
And he near died whenever he was performing it. He got hit in the head.
Yeah, and he also like this is bad. Like we were talking about age at the beginning of the episode, and we know we don't look our age, but Donald O'Connor is only 27 in the film.
No, he
And
isn't.
does not look anywhere near
Because
27.
Gene Kelly is 40 and then Debbie was 19.
Well, will you fact check that, executive producer? The research I did said that Donald O'Connor was only 27 at the time, but he was a chain smoker, and he was apparently bedridden for several days after filming that sequence.
Right.
God, this film nearly killed them all. Debbie Reynolds had to be carried off the set with bleeding feet. Donald O'Connor, who was, I'm getting a nod from executive producer Aaron, was only 27. Like, he needed to cut out those fags.
He really did.
Those fags were making him look much older.
Oh my goodness.
Like, he doesn't look anywhere near 27, does he?
No, he looked sort of like in his late 30s, more on par with Gene Kelly.
Yeah. Well, maybe you might be able to help me then with my musical lyrical lingo for Make Him Laugh.
Okay.
One of them anyway. It says in the mortal words of Samuel J. Snodgrass as he was led to the guillotine, make him laugh. I searched for about 4 hours. There's me and my commitment again to this podcast to find who Samuel J. Snodgrass was, and I could not for the life of me find it.
I don't know. I didn't find that.
No. So did they make it up? When you see Aaron is going to type it in and he'll find it within 3 seconds. No, I think maybe it was a wee made up jobby.
It probably was.
Samuel J. Snodgrass. Great name though. It's a shame.
Snodgrass? Yeah. No.
Anyway, what did you pick up on that?
Right, no, but what I actually just from the song. So, the song Make 'Em Laugh is completely ripped off from Cole Porter's song Be a Clown from the musical Pirates.
Be a clown, be a clown.
Right.
Yeah.
Which then led me to, do you remember, probably about 20 years ago now, we were like, they had to do a very specific dance piece. Do you remember, as we were dressed as clowns?
Yes.
I always thought we were doing it to make a laugh. Or
make him laugh.
Make him laugh. But we weren't. We were doing it to...
Be a clown, be a clown.
And I just, right up until this week, I thought I was just singing the wrong words to make him laugh.
Oh,
I didn't realise it was a different song.
Right, okay. But is there not, like, similar writers? Like, is there not somebody who was writing...
No, so Cole Porter wrote Be a Clown.
Oh my goodness.
And
but
then,
there wasn't an associate, like one of the writers of...
Cole Porter,
Oh, wow.
but Freed just took it, just literally make him laugh.
How did they get away with that?
This is how he got away with it, because Cole should have sued, but he didn't, because he was so thankful for Freed's support as he entered the entertainment world.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, that's really lovely of Cole Porter, isn't it?
But it is exactly the same song, and I was like, I didn't understand why we were dressed as clowns to begin with for Make 'Em Laugh. But singing about... No, I know, but singing about clowns.
Yeah. Well,
so I
all these years
that
later, I'm so glad that it's now...
been cleared up. And maybe put that wee photograph up of us dressed.
Do you have
as
it?
clowns.
Oh God, it's awful of me. It's really bad.
You'll never work again. People say.
I'll never work again. Is that on a t-shirt yet?
No.
Hello.
Okay.
Bestseller, people.
Okay.
You would buy "I'll Never Work Again" t-shirt, wouldn't you, folks?
I'll never work again.
It is weird the number of times that happens, isn't it? When people like ripping off songs or lyrics, because we laughed. Rewind. We laughed about. In the Mary Poppins episode about the supercalifragilistic, like another, other composers trying to sue Disney for a nonsense word, and we were like, I mean, like, seriously, suing Disney. But it was only after the podcast that we went, Aaron them put it on, and it sounds identical to supercalifragilistic. It's insane, like, how people just have the kahunas to go stuff it. We'll just rip the song off.
We're just doing this.
In Make 'Em Laugh, he also sings, "They'll be standing in line for those old honky-tonk monkey shines." Now, do you remember in the last episode I had an issue with moonshines and I thought I recognised it from another...
But it was actually monkey shines.
I think it might have been monkey shines. Did you know that at the time?
No, but no, that makes sense.
It does a wee bit.
Yeah.
But honky-tonk and monkey shines, I was like, what? What are these? So honky tonk is the predecessor of present day cabaret or nightclubs. Honky tonks. Didn't know that. And monkey shines is mischievous behaviour, like a trick or a prank.
Ah, okay. Well, I kind of knew honky tonk because Rolling Stones have a song about the honky tonk woman, isn't that right? So, yeah.
Then my grandpa said, go out and tell them a joke, but give it plenty of hook. I did warn you to be singing this episode.
Ah, see, I always thought that was give it plenty of poke.
Me too. Misheard lyric. Is that the first of this season?
Yeah,
There we go. I thought so. Yeah, give it plenty of poke, like poke 'em with it. No, but hoke, H-O-K-E, is to act in an insincere, sentimental, or melodramatic manner.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
There you go. So that's what hoke means. Giggling all over the place, and then you'll get a great big custard pie in the face.
Yep.
Now,
Okay.
I used to work on like a residential drama holiday, and it was amazing. It was in the Glens of Antrim, and the centre stage who ran it were phenomenal. But they finished, so they would have come week-long residential, and they worked towards like a showcase on the Saturday when the parents came back. They did the showcase and then they went home. But it was tradition at centre stage that their residential showcase always ended with them custard pieing each other.
Oh, okay.
And it made me go, right, okay, when did that all start? When did the idea, and we know with like other shows like Bugsy Malone, custard pies were a big part. When did that whole idea, where did the origin of a pie in the face come from? So I looked it up.
Yeah.
The origin of the pie in the face gag was from slapstick comedy. It appeared on stage in musical sketches of English theatre impresario Fred Carno.
Oh.
And it was first seen in film in 1909 in SNE Studios' silent film Mr. Flip, starring Ben Turpin.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wonder, is he related to Dick Turpin?
That's what I was wondering. I wasn't wondering that.
No.
I just recognised Turpin and I couldn't work out. But
I think
then,
he was a thief or abandoned.
Is Turpin not the name of the judge, Judge Turpin, in your favourite, Sweeney Todd? And the mood changes in the room.
I wouldn't know.
So there you go. Lots to be taken out of Make 'em Laugh.
Yeah, and I suppose the custard pie also is something physical, and that song, whenever it's performed, is a very physical song.
Yeah.
So
Slapstick, isn't it? That there's a lot of that. That song is a slapstick routine, really, isn't it? So it links in nicely with the origin of the custard pie
love it.
Performance.
Yeah, it's good.
Have you got anything else?
In Moses Supposes.
His toes are roses.
But Moses supposes.
Erroneously.
Thank you for saying it, because I was like, Aaron,
Oh, I mucked up there, Aaron, didn't I? I shouldn't have said a word. Alright, what is it?
Erroneously.
Oh, no.
Erroneously.
It's like she's trying to read Greek literature or something. You know,
But that's how it is written, like Aaron. Erroneously.
Erroneously. Carry on, what does it mean?
That word means incorrectly.
Yeah.
Like, why can you all just say incorrectly?
but you can see the origins of error in the start of that.
Yeah.
Which would indicate
Oh, yeah,
it's
true. Error. But I mean, I also
That's
then
why
thought
you're executive producer. And why we're on this side.
incorrectly. But that not just to fit it in. Like, why did it have to be that big word?
Moses supposes his toes are roses, but Moses supposes incorrectly. No, doesn't fit at all.
Well, I tried.
Erroneously.
Oh,
And
okay.
I think they rolled their R too to just make it even funnier.
Okay. It's a funny wee song, that, isn't it?
Yeah. I just love them. I love all of the tunes, like
Yeah.
all of the songs
No,
in this show.
they are. Yeah, they are good.
Moses.
Have you choreographed that?
No, I would love to.
No, that
choreograph.
song. In anything, no?
No.
It feels like a Timothy number.
I've done when we did it in Stage School, I did the Singing in the Rain number with the umbrellas.
Yeah.
I think, did Wendy maybe, our lovely
Oh,
friend
maybe,
Wendy,
yeah,
do it with
maybe.
Moses? I would love to have done it as a show, but my time for choreographing shows like that are done.
Okay.
I couldn't have
Couldn't have.
enough. And it would have to be really good. And I'd have to do it with tappers.
Year.
Yeah, getting old, guys. Never going to work again.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Broadway rhythm
Oh.
is gonna get you. I think everybody dance. They say out on the gay white way.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that was a name for Broadway, the gay white way.
Neither did I.
Nor did I until this episode.
Wonder why.
Yeah, out in the gay white way means Broadway.
Oh.
Baby. Then in the ballad, you were meant for me. Out of tune. I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was you or me.
It's always me.
They sing, you're like a plaintive melody that never lets me free.
Oh.
And plaintive, I didn't understand, but it means mournful.
Yeah, I knew that. I don't know how I knew that, but I knew that, yeah.
There you go.
Very good.
I learned an awful lot from it, I have to say, and I thoroughly enjoyed researching it and revisiting it.
Well, I also learned in Good Morning, gabbing. We would talk about, like, shut your gab or whatever, shut your gob.
Shut your gob.
But gabbing was talking, and then all the different languages to say good morning. Bonjour.
Yeah.
Is...
French.
Yeah. The other one?
Buenos dias. Buenos dias.
Buenos dias is Spanish.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno is Italian.
Yeah.
And Guten Morgen is German. Why are you looking like that?
Not me, Aaron, by the way. I don't look at her like that.
Bonjour. So I learned French, Spanish, Italian and German, but only when they're written down.
Bonjour. Buenos dias. Buongiorno. Guten Morgen.
I learned
Good
French,
morning to
Spanish, Italian, German. No, you learned one word badly.
I mean, you wouldn't have got an A for your oral pronunciation. You need to check yourself, Lauren. This episode.
I wasn't good enough to do GCSE French.
I did. Got an A.
Well, I didn't.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Timothy. J'habite à Bangor in the Irlande du Nord avec ma famille.
But you weren't given the name Timothy. We had like French names and stuff.
Timothy. Listen, Timothy is a French name. Timothy Chalamet. Hello.
I always remember.
Timothy. You just put a double E on the end. Take the Y off. Put a double E on.
I can't remember what my French name was, but that's
generic European Timothy.
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 Bueno.
Yeah.
Let's not. We're going to upset our listeners from various countries.
Yeah, but why did we always learn just the one phrase to say? Should be to Bangor, proud of Belfast on Ireland and North.
On Ireland.
I did not do French.
Certainly didn't do it well.
I was not good enough to do French.
But you see, you learn the phrases and then you put the phrases together to make a paragraph, and then you put the paragraphs together to make
an
oral presentation.
Conversation?
Yeah, conversation.
No, my daughter is amazing at French. In her winter exams, which we spoke about, she was working before, she got 109.5 out of 110.
109.5? How'd you get more than 100%?
No, she got
109.5 out of what, sorry?
110.
Oh, right, okay. Half point. What did she lose her half point for?
She put an E instead of an A.
Oh, she must get it from you, Aaron.
Oui, je te dis beaucoup.
Oh, it's from me, yeah.
Merci.
I don't know what you said because it wasn't in Good Morning.
Do you have any memories? No.
No, just like I said, my mum liked it. So, a very vivid memory of it being on while she was costume making.
Yeah.
But that's it.
I remember seeing it for the first time and seeing Rain on stage for the first time, and I was like, how are they doing this?
Yeah,
how is that a thing? Like, how's nobody getting hurt? Like, and I remember the front, 3 rows were given ponchos as well, because he kicked it. The stage must have had a big, massive, almost basin. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
That the rain gathered so that he could splash in the puddles, and then he kicked the puddles over the ones in the front row, and I was never so glad not to sit so close to the front.
Yeah. We're being soaked.
Yeah, and he's standing
Just, if we're talking about the film, Just Good Morning, it is, as you said before, it's iconic But
That bit where they step over the sofa.
yeah,
Oh
that
my
bit there.
goodness.
But do you know actually which part I really like is where she pushes herself up into the bar.
Yeah.
And just spin, just that wee quick like. I think that she's very mesmerising in that
She's
whole
insane.
number. And I know she's in the middle, so you probably are drawn to her more. But I think for not being a dancer, she was that.
I have no idea how she kept up with those two for being a non-dancer.
Yeah.
Like, of course, she did have Fred Astaire as her personal coach. Like, but
But still.
unbelievable.
But what about you?
I do love one of the roles we probably haven't talked about very much. Lena Lamont.
Yeah.
Like, you play brilliant, Lena.
Funny, yeah. I'm not that brilliant, but that would be an interesting part I would like to play.
It's like so funny.
Yeah.
I also didn't
Maybe
really.
because I can't sing. Maybe is that what you're saying? That
No, not at all. No, because I think you bring the comedy quite well.
What's the big idea?
Isn't that what she says all the time?
Yeah.
She's a great role.
Yeah.
Like, I also probably learned from the show. This is my last musical lyrical lingo of the episode.
Yeah.
Kind of that idea of how, like the talkies, talking films operated. Like all of the things they had to do. Like there's brilliant scenes where like they're hiding microphones and like plant pots, and I'm sure it's not like it is in the musical, but it probably would be quite similar. And like, oh no, we have to do that again because literally it's too loud, or like it's very funny. Like those scenes are very funny, but like just like the things that we take for granted, I suppose, that back then, starting off and moving from the silent era where there was no talking in movies to that kind of technology must have been an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, and that actually makes me think. I read about the costumes for the film. It's like over 200 costumes because of the the film and then the actual film. But he said that it was really difficult. I've forgotten his name, but he said it was really difficult because the audience of 1952 would have remembered 1930s. So they needed to make sure that they were so accurate because they were kind of watching something that they would have remembered. So I found that very, very difficult to do.
Very good. My stand ovation is the same as you. Good morning. I also like Make Him Laugh, but I think that's because I would secretly love to play Cosmo Brown. That's a role that's on my list. Like, on my list. I'll never play. Because I'll never work again. Because I'm over the bridge. Is that a saying?
Well, you're not 27.
Over the hill.
Over the hill.
You're not 27.
I'm like Jack and Jill falling down the hill, breaking my...
Oh, I know.
Don't say that.
No, don't. Oh, no, yeah, let's not say that. Let's not say that. Well, maybe somebody will put on all of these productions that we need to play parts in. Or maybe we should do a concert of all of the parts. I hope nobody heard that.
What was that you just said there, Aaron?
Yeah, it was a Freudian slip. Apologies.
Were you speaking French again?
We.
So rude.
I know.
Well, obviously you'd do a number in the concert now that you're...
Well, that being said, that ultimately changes everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Oh, that would be
The three of us could do Good Morning.
We could! Aaron could be Debbie Reynolds with a no dancing experience.
Can I dance you, love?
Oh, domestic. Okay,
yeah, sure.
good to see you guys. Bye. I mean, Aaron, you have been taking some dance lessons. Every so often I'll come in here and you'll be like, right, show me. We could sort them out in time.
Yeah, we could. Maybe that's what we should ask our listeners. What musical should we do in concert style? The three of us.
Since that seems to be a thing now of concert versions of musicals.
Yeah. Maybe we should do a concert style of Mean Girls where we get to play those two roles. A concert style of Mary Poppins where you get to be Bird.
Thank you.
A concert style of Singing in the Rain, and we'll just do... Maybe we could raise money. Nobody would come.
I think we're...
Yeah.
I mean, we dream big like that, but I think
it's
we're
important.
like...
Yeah. Well, it's nice to dream, isn't it?
It is nice to dream. It would also be nice to know what music we're doing in the
Why
next episode.
are we doing this?
But
This
we
is
haven't.
the second time that we just have gone.
We haven't agreed on one, so guess what? Next week will be a surprise.
It might be in concert style.
And we might open the episode with Aaron singing setup.
I'm setting it up.
Let me get the camera in the right position.
Is original.
It is. We love it though.
We
Never
do.
change.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye. Sorry. Oh, that was rubbish. Let's go again.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you, hear you. No, we'll not.
See you next week. Bye.